say to South Africans what your selling point is. There were other issues we've not touched on around service delivery, whether it's water, whether it's electricity, the issue of crime, the issue of immigration as well. I don't think we sufficiently touched on that. We'll start with you, Dr. Ndlozi, just to touch on those issues and what is important for the EFF as people consider whether or not to trust you with their vote.
Well, I'm completely flabbergasted by the hypocrisy of Herman Mashaba. Herman Mashaba spends 100% of his time convincing us of less than 2% of South Africa's economy. Less than 2%. We must take the spaza shops. Why don't we take your Oppenheimer's mines? That's where the economy is. Why don't you have the same balls when it comes to the major industrial hubs of South Africa? You know why? It's because firstly they are white owned and they are his funders. We must press amongst each other, fighting from the crumbs that fall from the master's table. We're not going to join that table. We want the mainstream. The history of the township starts with the dispossession of the land to do business, the land to mine, the land to farm, the land for human settlement. I'm completely shocked. And I think it's important for that particular rhetoric to be exposed for what it is. You are not mobilizing us for the economy. You're not mobilizing us for the banks, for the financial muscle that is privatized and circulating only amongst the minority in the population. We want the real economy, and let me tell you, since 1955, the people of this country have always known that it's about the banks, it's about the mines. Do you know, Clement, the biggest zamazamas in this country are the Oppenheimers. Go look at the gold that they've looted in Carltonville. Left a damaged environmental area with dolomitic areas. People have sinkholes. It's a dead town. Go to Velcom, go to Kimberley. What a shameful family. And to take their money is to take blood money. Money that has been denied majority of the South Africans from their natural wealth. The final point. I'm shocked, you know, the DA man here. The DA man here is old enough. He's old enough to have grown under apartheid. Apartheid was a government of parastatals, my brother. The Afrikaner population in the 1930s accounted for less than 7% of the GDP. They were so niggerized. They were the poorest whites in the world. They were an embarrassment to the white supremacist culture. Apartheid took over. You must study your history. Through parastatals, through state-owned entities. Forget Venezuela, it's your only lazy intellectual example. Let's talk apartheid that uplifted white people in this country. They were uplifted through parastatals, Transnet, Sasol, ISCO, you name them. That when you saw that you are about to lose power, you then privatized them. But forget Venezuela for a while. Let's do, don't be anti-academic like Herman. We are very proud of our degrees. We got them working very hard. What is the world economic history? What is the world economic history? After World War II, Europe's public infrastructure was devastated. How did you rebuild Europe? State parastatals. China is the fastest growing economy in the world today and the largest economy in the world today. Same as Vietnam, those are communist countries.
Okay.
Have the decency for intellectual honesty. Neoliberalism doesn't work. You are governing Tshwane. There is no employment in Tshwane. Water has collapsed. Services have collapsed because majority of the population there maybe is black. I don't know.
Thank you
You
very
are a
much,
failure as the DA.
Zandile.